Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown WWE main event results and spoilers. Well, happy birthday goes to the Ivan Koloff, Iron Bear, in the Russian Iron Bear. Mike Crash Holly Lockwood was born on August 25th, 1971. He took his own life at the age of 32 on November the 6th, 2003 by overdosing on pills shortly after receiving divorce papers. The advertised dark match main event from the SmackDown taping was supposed to be Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus, Big Show, and Bray Wyatt. As a different advertisement says, dark match main event advertised Reigns and Ambrose versus Rollins and Wyatt in tag action. Well, don't know if neither one of them happened because it was almost the same thing as what happened on Raw. No match, but let's see what happens. Well, winners of Tough Enough, the Yeti. Josh and Sarah Lee, both getting a $250,000 contract by WWE. Okay, I will post a picture, I think, of the strongman, Braun Strowman, a.k.a. Adam Scherr. He's a 31-year-old former strongman competitor who has been with WWE Developmental since May of 2013. He made a debut last night on Raw and joined the Wyatt family. Okay, one of the writers for ProWrestling.net, one of the staffers, Zach Zimmerman, noted on his Twitter page that Strowman played the Jolly Gladiator in Adam Rose's at Exotic Express. Former NXT wrestler Joe C.J. Parker Robinson will debut for New Japan Pro Wrestling in September as Juice Robinson. He previously announced his retirement, but was actually referring to the C.J. Parker name and character. His final match as Parker was booked for United States versus Them Wrestling's live event this weekend. He will face Ethan Carter III instead. The match happens on Saturday in Edenfield, Connecticut. You can find more details by going to the dirt sheets. During a recent interview with Fox Sports, Chris Jericho was asked about Hulk Hogan's firing from WWE. Here's what he had to say. "It's not my company. It's not my decision. But I think when Miz joined the show as a judge, I think it gave a whole different vibe to the show that really improved it." Pro Wrestling Syndicate co-promoter Pat Buck posted a lengthy story on Facebook in which he says he found drug paraphernalia and blood in Sabu's hotel room this weekend. You can read the full, or I'm going to read it to you. It's a lengthy account, but here is what was put in the report. On Saturday night in Starland Ballroom, Sabu showed up half an hour late to the autograph signing, which is a big deal as he's paid for his time. After the signing, Sabu was caught smoking weed in the locker room with an outsider. This sort of stuff used to be common in the locker rooms for wrestling, but we don't tolerate that at PWS, especially when it's in a nice venue. That's a big deal for us. Kevin Matthews screamed at Sabu for his lack of respect for the promotion that brought him in multiple times since 2007. Sabu backpedaled and apologized until the second issue arose. I should make note here that I normally have a friendly relationship with Sabu because I'm direct and he's paid on time. One conversation came up prior to this show and how he takes less money to win and more money to lose. It's a completely ludicrous and silly way of thinking. So on my reply, I was, okay, I'll have you win, and you'll be paid less than what you agreed to come in for. He chuckled and he said he would lose no problem. Upon the show starting, Sabu demanded a substantial amount of money to put over his opponent, Fallah Bahh. I was informed while I was in the production booth, and PWS co-owner Eric Pleska had to figure out ways to get Sabu to do well his job. I knew that if I dealt with this situation myself, it would end up in a brawl that I would be happy to partake in, but I didn't want to ruin everyone's night. He buried me, so I knew what the deal was, and put up a hissy fit. He refused to speak to Fallon also, which makes the match suffer. Eric found a happy medium. The solve was a dusty finish, which we're now calling a Sabu finish because we're finished using Sabu. Sabu demanded that he wanted to be introduced as he got into the ring. I thought Sabu didn't talk, but apparently Sabu's new persona is he just doesn't stop talking. Even though he was introduced going to the ring, he wanted a second introduction, which was weird. Personally, I think he was high and didn't realize they introduced him. The match was what it was. Fala had been tearing up PWS, reality of wrestling, as well as anywhere else he's been working. Sabu was literally just talking and yelling the entire match at his genie. It was weird. It was good if fans could tell. It wasn't good if fans could tell. It didn't. I didn't want to put this out, but more drama happened this morning. My credit card bill was hit pretty hard for weird charges at the hotel Sabu stayed at. Oh, I should also mention that Sabu took booking in Philly the next day, to which they paid nothing to PWS, nor did Sabu inform us of this. PWS covered his transportation from Detroit to and from. In wrestling world, Sabu piggybacked and took a booking the next day and presumably took transportation money from them while he funded a hotel bill. Anyway, the hotel had a smoking charge of $250 on each night. I was pretty pissed because it's irresponsible, but mostly because I've had a similar situation happen before. I always make sure promoter note to be responsible for just room and tax in case this issue arose. Normally, the talent has to put their credit card down for incidentals. I was told by the hotel that they did put down a credit card and it was declined. Sabu made such a commotion that they unlawfully put the incidentals on my card to avoid his tantrums. I'm fighting this charge right now, but there's more to the story. The hotel wanted to inform me that there were a few other issues. Apparently, they had a dog stay with them. And within the hotel room, on the walls, towels, sheets, there was blood and feces everywhere. They showed me more horrifying pictures. They also found several syringes, needles. Truly disturbing. I really hope a dog was not involved. That's all that was stated in the report. Brock Lesnar's next scheduled event is a WWE Live event at Madison Square Garden on October the 3rd. This event will air on the WWE Network. Zack Ryder teased on Twitter that the Hype Brothers tag team may be headed to the main roster soon. He wrote the following, at Zack Ryder, New Day was on fire tonight, then come out the Dudley Boys. The tag team division is getting really interesting. Get ready at Mojo Rawley WWE. And I think I'll post a picture of what he posted. Probably at the end of the video. Former TNA wrestler Alex Shelley mentioned on Twitter that he shattered 2 of his teeth at Saturday night's Ring of Honor Field of Honor event in Brooklyn after taking a knee from Mark Briscoe. He must have been taking notes from John Cena. Knee to nose? Well, knee to teeth. Here's what he wrote. I do apologize what Alex said. At Fake Kincaid is his name on Twitter. Shattered my front 2 teeth. Again. So I took a knee from Mark Briscoe in the mouth. I was wearing a custom fit mouthpiece I had specially made. Said knee broke my front 2 teeth in half. And broke the mouth guard. There's a reason kicks to the head are considered assault with a deadly weapon. Your legs are clearly the largest muscle group in the body. I finished the match, and now my family wants me to finish wrestling. My sister saw me wrestle for the first time today, ironically. More results from that event? I'll give you the full results right here. From PW Ponderings, Ryan Clark posted the news from pwpartners.com. Will Ferrara defeated Student with a standing sliced bread. Adam Cole defeated Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion Christopher Daniels with a spinning neckbreaker after overcoming interference from Chris Sabin. War Machine defeated the Killer Elite Squad with the Fallout. A gauntlet match. Dalton Castle defeated Adam Page with a roll-up. Attack afterwards and hit his finisher. Then Dalton Castle defeated Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion Frankie Kazarian with a roll-up. Through a roll-through on a victory roll. Attack afterwards again. Silas Young then defeated Dalton Castle after hitting him. Misery. Bushwhacker Luke came out next, but walked around bases and got counted out. Moose defeated Silas Young by a fireman's carry into a Uranagi slam. Moose then defeated Donovan Dijak with a spear. Cedric Alexander next snuck in and hit Moose with a wrench for a pin. I was mispronouncing Watanabe. That's the name, Watanabe. It's Watanabe. Defeated Cedric Alexander with an STO style slam to get TV title match in San Antonio. I've been watching more Ring of Honor lately. ACH, Matt Seidel, and the Young Bucks defeated RPG, Vice, and the Kingdom with more bang for your buck, along with a 450 splash, and SSP. IWGP Intercontinental Champion Hiroki Goto defeated Unbreakable Michael Elgin with the Shoutin. The Briscoes defeated the Time Splitters, who were the IWGP Junior Champion Kushida and Alex Shelley, with the J Driller on Shelley. That's where the injury took place. IWGP Heavyweight Champion Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada defeated Mr. Ring of Honor Roderick Strong with a Rainmaker. Excellent showing by Strong. He got a ton of offense. Ring of Honor World and World TV Champion Jay Lethal and King of Strong Style Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Red Dragon with a lethal injection on Fish. And now for the first results from the main event taping. First report from Providence, Rhode Island. Thanks to Sean Radican of PW Torch. Primetime Players defeated Los Matadors. Darren Young pinned Diego after a double knee gutbuster. Stardust cut a promo about taking out King Barrett. He said he would take out Fandango on main event tonight with Dark Matter. Adam Rose interrupted Jack Swagger's music with a buzzer. He said he was a party pooper and nobody in Providence was allowed to have fun. Match number 2, Jack Swagger defeated Adam Rose by submission. Swagger won after getting the ankle lock for a second time. JoJo then interviewed Fandango, who mocked Stardust. He said if he wanted to get weird, they could get weird. Stardust defeated Fandango with the Dark Matter. This was a long and competitive match. Fandango got a near fall late with a slingshot leg drop, which Stardust draped on the turnbuckles. Second results was very brief. Primetime Players defeated Los Matadors. Swagger defeated Adam Rose. Stardust defeated Fandango. And the first, thanks to Sean Radican for SmackDown. Wyatt family promo opened the show. Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper talked up Braun Strowman as a new member of the family. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose came down and confronted them in the ring, and they backed down to end the segment. The Ascension cut a promo running down the Dudleys. The Dudley Boys came down and to face them to a huge pop. Dudley Boys defeated the Ascension. Dudley's won with a 3D on Victor. They were going to put Connor through a table when New Day came out. With the anti-Dudley signs, the Dudleys then put Connor through the table anyway as the New Day watched on in horror. There was a Kevin Owens promo backstage. He gave his thoughts on facing Neville tonight. He said he's wanted it since Neville stuck his nose in his business 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. Owens says tonight we'll see what kind of hero he really is. Kevin Owens defeated Neville. Owens won with a pop-up powerbomb in a solid match after hitting a super kick on the apron. Becky and Charlotte ran into the Bella twins backstage. Bella's tried to turn them against Paige, but they wouldn't fall for it. They will wrestle later on tonight. Charlotte and Becky Lynch defeated the Bella Twins. Charlotte pinned Brie with a pinning combination. This was fine. Seth Rollins cut a long promo on Sting and promised to finish him off at Night of Champions. Sheamus cut a promo backstage saying he would beat Dean Ambrose tonight with a bro kick. Match number 4, Dolph Ziggler and Ryback with Lana defeated Big Show and Rusev with some array. Rusev was a jerk to Show until Show had enough and knocked him out. When Rusev had Ziggler in an accolade, Ziggler then rolled his arm on top of Rusev for the win. Match number 5, Sheamus defeated Dean Ambrose. Ambrose was on the verge of winning when the lights went out, and the Wyatt family surrounded the ring. The distraction allowed Sheamus to win with the bro kick. After the match, Reigns came out to help Ambrose, but Braun took care of him. The show ended with the Wyatt family standing tall over Reigns. Well, just after that, here's your dark match, probably main event. Wyatt's then left when their music finished or played. Ambrose called Bray back to the ring. Rollins ended up jumping him from behind and cut a long promo about how he's the best. Ambrose blocked 2 pedigrees and hit dirty knees. He then celebrated all around the ring, up and down the aisle to end the show. Second report by Matt Boone. As they take the following matches and segments for this week's edition of SmackDown. Spoilers for this Thursday's event from Providence, Rhode Island. Post-SummerSlam edition of the WWE SmackDown kicked off with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper cutting an in-ring promo about Braun Strowman. The newest member of the Wyatt family, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, would end up coming out to have words with him. However, no fight broke out. Dudley Boys defeated the Ascension in a tag team action to kick off things in the ring for this week's edition of SmackDown. The Ascension cut a quick heel promo before the match. The finish saw the Dudley Boys hit their 3D finisher for the 1-2-3. After the match, New Day came out to taunt the Dudleys. The Dudleys ended up putting Victor of the Ascension through a table. Kevin Owens defeated Neville in our first singles match of the evening. Before the match, Owens cut a promo. The finish of the match saw Owens pin Neville after hitting him with his pop-up powerbomb finishing move. Charlotte and Becky Lynch defeated Bella Twins in Divas Tag Team action as the Diva Revolution continued on SmackDown. No word whether or not the fans in Providence, Rhode Island, where this week's show was being taped, gave the Divas the same negative reaction that the fans in Brooklyn gave them for the 6 Divas Tag Team match on Raw. Dolph Ziggler and Ryback defeated Rusev and Big Show in tag team action. Tension between Rusev and Big Show led to Big Show hitting Rusev with a knockout punch right as Rusev was about to put Ziggler away with an accolade. Ziggler went to take advantage of that knockout punch by pinning Rusev. Sheamus defeated Dean Ambrose in singles competition. Mr. Money in the Bank scored the victory in what was the final match taped for this week's edition of SmackDown. After the match, the new Wyatt family came down to the ring and beat down both Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And this week's edition of SmackDown goes off the air with the new Wyatt family standing tall over, beating down Ambrose and Reigns. And that concludes, well, there's a third report for SmackDown at least. Thanks to Dusty Mark and Brad Robards for the following SmackDown spoilers from the tapings. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper kicked off SmackDown in the ring with a promo on Braun Strowman. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose came down to have words. No fight. Dudley's versus the Ascension was first. The Ascension cut a heel promo before the match, ripping on the Dudleys. The Dudleys won with the 3D, and the New Day comes out to taunt them after the match with signs. Anti-Dudley signs with Victor got put through a table. Neville versus Owens was up next. Owens cut a backstage promo before the match and won with a pop-up powerbomb. Backstage segment with the Bella Twins trying to turn Charlotte and Becky against Paige since she's away up tough enough. So was Lisa Fox. Okay. Seth Rollins cut a promo on Sting in their WWE World Heavyweight title match at Night of Champions. Charlotte and Becky Lynch defeated the Bella Twins. Dolph Ziggler and Ryback defeated Rusev and Big Show. Tension between Rusev and Show led to Show knocking Rusev out while Ziggler was about to be put away with the accolade. Ziggler took advantage and got the pin. Sheamus defeated Ambrose after the match. Wyatt family came out and beat up Dean and Roman. SmackDown ended as the Wyatt standing over Reigns and Ambrose. And that concludes my SmackDown and main event results. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on my video. And if you didn't know, you better call me, bro.